Alright, so the last video I made, I kind of spoke on how the Lord has helped me. But I wanted to come on here and talk about a waiting season where it just feels like nothing is happening. You feel like you're doing nothing, you're sitting stagnant, no matter what you do, it feels like you accomplish nothing. And I'm still in that. You know, I get a lot done, but it still feels like at the end of the day I did nothing. Or it feels like no matter how hard I try and do what I want to do, I do everything but that. And I was doing, so I got this book here, and I use it as a journal. Journal, like, I won't necessarily like a diary, but like a journal for all of my Bible stuff and just writing down what I feel. But stuff like that. And I wrote down today, you know, like whenever I write in this thing, or whenever I'm doing all of this kind of stuff, I don't really realize what I'm saying until I go back and read it. And going back, I started this on June 30th is when I started this, and I can go back and read how I felt then versus how I feel now and realize that I have in fact been improving and moving. But since June 30th, in my eyes, I feel like I haven't done a thing. And today, I mentioned how boring today was, and how long it was, and how it felt like nothing went right. But then I got done, and I realized that I have gotten just a load of stuff done today. I got both bikes washed. I got them waxed. I got the paint buffed. I got all the chrome polish on them. I washed my truck. I cleaned the shop. I did everything. I cooked supper. But in my eyes, it felt like I didn't do anything. And I realized that whenever we're sitting here waiting, complaining because it feels like nothing is happening, nothing's moving, nothing's changing, you know, even if you are praying for something to move, something to break, something to just shift, you know, that's usually whenever God is working behind the scenes. Whenever He has you in a waiting season, not necessarily a wilderness season, but a waiting season, He is preparing you. He is preparing a way. He's aligning you, your heart posture, your way of thinking. And whenever it's time for all of that to take place, you'll notice that you're not just sitting around, or you know, you don't feel like you're sitting around anymore. You're constantly busy. Like me, I hate sitting around. I'm going to be home, or I'm going to be back in town until, honestly, probably until next Monday. And you know, I'm looking at it like, man, that sucks. I'm going to be here doing nothing. Like, you know, I got to think, I could be looking at it as, okay, this gives me a week to sit down, do my Bible study, read my Bible, watch videos on faith, on biblical videos, and write down my journal, write down how I'm feeling, meditate on Bible verses, and kind of reflect on things that I have noticed or that could be taken as a sign, or how I feel, or this, that, and the other. And I want to read something that I wrote out for a post that I was going to make on Facebook whenever I got the Dyna. It's a little long. It says, "For the longest time I told myself your new life will cost you your old one. I wasn't sure what it meant or where it came from, nor did I know what it would cost. I've made a lot of bad decisions that didn't lead anywhere or led to nothing but chaos or destruction. But if it weren't for the poor decisions that I had made throughout life, I wouldn't know God like I do now. and I wouldn't trade that for anything in this world. I wouldn't have moved away from home to start a new life when I wouldn't have moved away from home to start a new life. I wouldn't have met the people that I know now. I wouldn't have made the business decisions that I made, and I probably still wouldn't be here, to be honest. For the longest time, I was so disappointed with myself and with my life until I realized it only gets better if you want it to. I'm not saying that my life is perfect. I'm not saying that I'm perfect, nor am I saying that I have it all figured out or that I'm better than the next person. But I am happy with this life that the Lord gave me when I didn't deserve it. And I'm more than thankful for the people that He kept in my life, that no matter what was said or what was done, they didn't leave or give up on me. If you're having issues, if you don't like yourself, your life, ashamed of the things that you've done, and you feel like there's no hope left, give it to God and watch what He can turn it into. He gave me a second chance when I didn't deserve one. Please turn to God if you haven't, or if you've been backsliding. He's always waiting on you with open arms. And and I feel bad for praying for material, because at the end of the day, material means absolutely nothing. Looking back on it, and I even touched on it in this journal here. Let me find it. It's just a dang German dog. Here's what I said. There is no date. I don't know the date. It says, and without even realizing it, He had answered all my prayers. While I was too caught up on the things that I didn't have, He was giving me everything that I needed. I prayed for a lot of things, and I got something different, but it was related to the thing that I prayed for. And at the end of the day, the thing that I got instead was twice as good as what I had originally prayed for. That goes for pretty much anything. You can pray for something, and you end up getting something else. And that can be friendships, relationships, material, stuff like that. But it's hard to not be upset whenever you don't get what you want, but then you get something else that you didn't even mean to get. And it's better than you could have ever imagined what you originally wanted to be. He answers prayers. He hears your prayers. It's not going to be when you want it. It can be instant. It can be days. It can be months. It can be Lord forbid, years, depending on how bad you want it. But your prayers will be answered whether or not you realize it or not. Just take a minute. Just take a minute and think about some things that you've prayed for and see whether or not you've gotten the exact thing you prayed for, or you got something better than what you had originally prayed for. If you're struggling mentally, physically, however you're struggling, pray about it, give it to God, and watch what He can turn it into. 5 months ago, I was ready to call it quits. And here I am, happier than I've been in a while. I'm not saying I don't have bad days. I have bad days every day. But at the end of the day, like tonight, I get this absolute fire burning to where I'm realizing and connecting all the dots, and I'm like, oh, everything is going to be fine. I have everything I pray for, even though I feel selfish for praying for it. But we serve a God that loves us and wants to give us the desires of our heart. At the end of the day, just know that it's all going to be all right. Know that He hears your prayers. He's going to answer your prayers. And it may not be when you want it to be. It may be right when you need it. That's the thing. He's going to give it to you right when you need it. When you're ready for it, whenever you're aligned for it, whenever your heart's ready for it, whenever you're ready for it mentally, whenever you're in that right space for it, He's going to give it to you. And that's pretty much all I have. But I'm going to try and stay sane for a little while longer. This little book has helped me stay sane. I'm not in a straitjacket in a padded room yet. There's still time for that though. Hopefully not. Hopefully we don't figure it out. But I got a German dog over there that's ready to push me over the edge.